26 civil society groups will today embark on a protest in Abuja over President Muhammadu Buhari's seeming reluctance to assent to the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. On the basis of President Buhari's request, the bill was re-amended by the National Assembly and retransmitted to the President for his approval late last month. However, for reasons that remain unclear, the President has again delayed the signing of the bill into law. Accordingly, the coalition of civil society organizations has urged its partners to converge on the Unity Fountain in Abuja to protest the delay. Since 2018, President Buhari has rejected the legislation 3 times, raising concerns that he is not favorably disposed to electoral reforms and the conduct of credible elections in Nigeria. Now joining us from Kaduna to discuss the Electoral Act Amendment Bill and comment on the President's obvious prevarication on the legislation is Senator Shehu Sani. Senator Sani is an author, playwright, and a human rights activist. He also represented Kaduna Central Senatorial District in the National Assembly between 2015 and 2019. Good morning, Senator Shehu Sani, and thank you for joining us on the Morning Show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, good to have you on the program. Quickly, will it be fair to accuse the President of prevarication on the subject of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2022, considering the fact that the re-amended bill having been resubmitted to him on January the 31st, the Constitution, Section 54 thereof, gives him a 30-day window, and that, according to Femi Adesina, in a statement that he issued yesterday, has not yet expired. But the concern is about what the law says to INEC about the window for beginning preparations, which should be 365 days from today. And hence the concern is that if the President does not sign by today, then of course there will be need to shift the elections in 2023 with implications for the integrity of the process. What's your take?
Thank you again for having me. Well, first and foremost, the President has repeatedly made promises of reforming the Electoral Act, and he failed to do that in 2018. Perhaps our own National Assembly was seen to be hostile to him or his presidency, and that may have been used as an excuse. But now that he has within his control a compliant National Assembly, one that is subservient to him, and they have drafted an amendment of that bill, he has no reason not to sign. I believe that the issues that were raised in the amendment of that bill are key, are important to the sustenance of democracy and having a free. Issues are very clear: electronic transmission of result, direct primaries, and political appointees must resign before contesting elected positions. Now, that bill that was amended was returned back to the National Assembly, seemingly on the orders of pressures from governors. Then he has no reason, when the bill has been amended and returned back to him, for him not to sign. In fact, the civil society group supposed to protest earlier than this, but the protest that is going on today is something I wish, if I'm in Abuja, I could have joined, because it's very clear that the President has been bowing to pressure from those who don't want that Electoral Act to be amended. And there is no way for a president that has made such promises to renege on it. And I believe that if we are serious about sustaining democracy in Nigeria, we have to amend an electoral bill. This Electoral Act must be amended and the President must sign it. There's a timeline. If this timeline is not met, to seriously affect the conduct and the timing of the 2023 elections. And there is nothing anybody can do at this time other than, as they are applying pressure on the president not to sign, the populace, the people of Nigeria, should also apply popular protest for the president to sign that bill. That is my view.
Well, thank you, Senator Sani. What is your reaction to the news that Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Femi Adesina, has given his assurance that President Muhammadu Buhari will sign the bill? He has said it categorically. He has said he will sign that bill any moment from now, in quotes. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be any time, but within 30 days. What's your reaction to this?
You see, we have reached a point in this country where nobody believes anything anybody in government says. Whether the assurance is just an assurance or categorical assurance or full assurance or double assurance. So the need for people to protest is important at this very time. And from what we have read, each time a bill is on the table of Mr. President to sign, there will be so much pressure on him by those that don't want free, credible and fair elections in Nigeria. And it has always been attributed to the state governors. If they don't want credible elections in Nigeria, if they don't want the bill, then they should give them the bill to draft and they should bring back to him for him to sign. But we can't go on like this. If, as a president, one of the legacy he should leave behind is a credible election. But it has been historical that most governments in Nigeria don't want to reform the electoral process because they see it as a suicide mission that will lead to their eviction from power. But I believe that if you are a patriot and a nationalist and you find yourself in the position of power, one of the things that must be important to you is not the retention of power or the survival of your political party. It's the survival of democracy itself. And no way in Nigeria we can have a credible election if we don't reform this Electoral Act. And the best way and the best time to do it is now. And if you don't do it, it will affect the 2023 elections. So there is no option for Nigerians other than to continue to protest. The protest is supposed to even be in all the 36 states of the Federation and 774 local governments. Because it's very clear that some of them will say that they are for electoral bill in daytime, and in night they will undermine it. What the president needs to know is that all those who are pressurizing him not to reform the Electoral Act of Nigeria will not be there to defend him tomorrow when he's out of office. None of these governors will stand by him. None of these governors will speak for him. They will say they tried to convince him to sign, and the cabal around him denied them the opportunity to tell him the truth. It has happened before. It's going to happen tomorrow. The president has nothing to lose. He is done with his tenure. What it needs to be done is to leave behind a positive footprint in electoral issues in Nigeria, and that is reforming, amending the Electoral Act so that we can have truly a free, fair, and credible election that will lead to emergence of credible leaders. That is what needs to be done in this country as for now.